If you want your screenplay read by someone who can actually help push it forward towards production, you need to first increase its perceived expected value. My name is Tom Vaughn. I have been writing screenplays professionally for about 28 years, and I have been teaching the subject for almost as long. And it is an unfortunate fact that most scripts, the expected value is zero. The expected value is going to be a pass. And so the time it takes to read it compared to the likelihood it's going to be a pass, for most people, it's not even worth reading. So your job is to increase its expected value, that even if it's a low chance of possibly being something that could possibly make just high enough to increase the perceived value, then they will take the time and the resources required to read the script. And there are three basic ways to do this. First one is a phenomenal logline. The second one is somehow pre-scrutinized. Someone has read it already. They have invested the resources to read it and have given the thumbs up. Then the third way is that you have a personal relationship with them. And so that relationship is part of the equation. They value the relationship enough to read the script. Now, that third one, close personal relationship, is the best way to get your screenplay read. And it will always be the best way to get your screenplay read, but it's hard to come by. You have to be in the industry for a while. You have to be born into it in some way. You have to earn it for the most part. Now, the first one, a phenomenal logline, that means they've read the logline and the idea is so cool and so great that it is now worth the resources required to read the script. Even though it's probably still going to be a pass, the expected value is high enough on average that this might be okay. Because if it is okay, the value goes through the roof. And so they've got to divide that between not worth reading and possibly being great. That log line is what etches it closer a little bit towards maybe it's going to be great. Most people misunderstand the log line. They think the log line is a summary of the script. They think it just needs to be polished, it just needs the right wording, it just needs to be put in its proper place. None of that is true. The value of the log line is the concept. It is the concept that gets people excited. The log line itself is just kind of the suitcase you take the concept with from room to room and person to person. That's the narrative container. But it is the concept, the idea that promises great scenes. If you tell someone your log line, you pitch them your log line, and they don't go, oh man, I've got to read that, it is not a phenomenal log line. If it is, oh, that sounds okay, that sounds all right, that might be interesting, it is not a phenomenal logline. The difference between a phenomenal logline that gets a screenplay read and a mid logline that is just kind of a summary of the script is crucial. The next way to get your screenplay read is that pre-scrutiny. That's a legitimate, prestigious contest. That would help. Maybe a go-between, someone that you know can read it, and then that can get it to them. Like the person you know can't help you, but they know someone who can. And, it's tougher than it looks, because even if you go to the blacklist and you submit it to the blacklist and you get an 8, which is great, fantastic, I got an 8 and 9 on the blacklist. Anyone of any value is going to look at that, and their first question is going to be, what's the log line? Is the log line phenomenal? Because if it's not, who really cares if you get an 8 or 9? They want the log line. So this needs to be thought about, and you need to have this strategy going in of, does your script have a great log line? And it does or it doesn't. You can't polish it up and create a great log line if there's not a great concept there. So if you have a low concept idea and you are relying purely on the execution, you have to understand that is a long haul. That is the tough way to do it. Sometimes that's just what the script is, and you have to do it that way because that's what the screenplay is. But if you are writing this next script and your goal for this next script is to move your career ahead and you want to increase your chances as high as you can to get read and push your career forward, start with the logline. Have a great, phenomenal logline, and then write the script. If you're interested in screenwriting, you're in the right place. Click, like, share, comment, And if you're really interested in screenwriting, I have a free weekly screenwriting lesson every Tuesday morning. Just sign up there, get on my bio, click on that, sign up for it. It is a free screenwriting lesson every Tuesday morning.